I have to admit, calling a modern BMW ugly is a bit like calling the sky blue. Insulting their design language has become so common that it's becoming a cliche, even if the insults are well deserved. While models like the iX showcase the worst of BMW's current beaver teeth design language, the BMW M2 stands out among the current BMW lineup for being ugly in a different way. The previous generation M2, here in Hot Wheels form, was an elegant and swooping masterclass in flared fenders and a unified corporate design language. For this new G87 generation, BMW threw out all that elegance and replaced with blocky, square flares and oddly straight surfaces that look like they forgot to take off the development camouflage. Since you're watching this video, you're likely already familiar with the discourse around this car, so there's no need to relitigate it further. Instead, I want to focus on something more interesting. Matchbox somehow managed to make this car better looking. This model clearly still looks like a BMW M2, so they didn't radically depart from the design language of the original car, but somehow this design language works far better in 1/64 scale than in full scale. I'm a big fan of the M3 style hood bulge and black roof, which gives this car an impressively aggressive look. The rear end design is a highlight of this Matchbox version of the M2. While many of the same design sins from the 1:1 model are still present here, like the bulging vertical slats in the bumper, their smaller size on this 1/64 scale version makes them far less offensive. The same goes for the brake lights, which are incredibly well detailed on this model, but don't bulge out like they do on the full-scale car. One of the M2's best design details, its diffuser with quad exhausts, is among the best executed exhausts I've seen from a Matchbox basic model. I love how aggressive and sporty they look. Matchbox gets bonus points for including a rear license plate, even if it's not a realistic Euro-style plate. Interestingly, the full-scale M2 features a crease going between the bottom of the wheel arch and the brake light at about a 45-degree angle. That crease is completely missing on this 1/64 scale version, which I think helps contribute to its better looks compared to the full-scale version. The aggressive inward cut behind the front wheel arch has also been significantly smoothed out, helping give this model a more elegant look. The side profile does an excellent job of showing off that bulging hood and integrated lip spoiler on the trunk. The wheel fitment on this model is also nothing short of perfect, and the flared side skirt is a nice touch. The front of this M2 still looks far too flat, but that's hardly Matchbox's fault. As with the back, I think the front bumper benefits from some of the limits of casting detail at this scale, with some of the M2's most non-cohesive and jarring lines being smoothed out. There's still a nice amount of detailing here though, with a clever use of negative space in the intakes on both sides of the bumper. It likely would have been easier just to make them flat and then print them black like the grille, but the added depth makes the model look far more realistic. In fact, I would have liked to see a similar effect for the kidney grills, or at least a little bit of texture in them, because they look overly flat to me. The Matchbox team deserves a ton of credit for taking the lemons of the BMW M2 and turning them into lemonade. Against the odds, they've made a very cool model, and it's easily one of the must-haves from its case. While I would have liked to see a cooler debut color, like that pale blue that the M2 is famous for, I can't deny the excellent end result. Apparently, all BMW needed was a little help from a toy company.